God! I didn't want to walk.
Approach, mortal.
You were amazing! Come on, let's do this together.
You must end a great injustice. Mortal, you stand above the sealed ruins of Leiloria. Within is a gateway to Cold Harbor, where my priestess, Kulanway, suffers at the hands of Molag Bal. Her pain is I am the Daedric, Prince of Dawn and Dusk, who weeps for Kulanway's suffering. I am the Mother of the Rose, who sealed Leiloria away from your world. I am Azura, mortal, and I would have you end Kulan. Long ago, the wizard Vastari came to Leiloria. She sought to end Kulanway's suffering, but Vastari failed and was lost. Go to Vastari's tower. Retrace her path into Leiloria. Vastari kept careful records of her struggle to pierce Leiloria's seal. They remained scattered in her tower. Kulanway was the most beloved of my servants. Her voice bent the world to her will.
We're the best!
Here again, yeah, greetings, outsider. As the will of my prince is eternal, I heed your call. Azura, you know of Azura, don't you? Irai the Fleet, she named me. But that was long ago. This shriveled vessel is but a shadow of my former glory. My wings ache to soar the skies of oblivion once more. Vastari pierced the seal with a relic known as the Twilight Heart. It still stands before the gates of Leiloria, bereft of magical energies. You'll need to feed it souls, and with all these Daedra about, you'll have... The wizard Vastari kept quite the stock of sigil geodes, which I suppose should do. There are still some around. I can smell them. Ignoring the fact that my prince's unbreakable will compels me to open the way to Leiloria, despite the unspeakably bloody terror to greet you on the other side. You could be Molag Bal himself for all I know. I'd still help you open the door, Lord of Brutality or not. You aren't him, are you? No No, you're not. Not enough horns. And you don't smell of rotten meat. Molag Bal has terrible hygiene. Even a scamp knows that. Try waiting in a rock until someone calls your name. Then watch them reduce to a smear of viscera the moment you do what they've asked you to do. You try to find joy where you can. The joy of aiding another. Quite simple to use. Pointed at the Daedra you want to absorb, and the Sigil Geode does the rest.
Make sure there aren't any traps.
Yes, that's it! The Twilight Heart thirsts for souls! And if I twist just so... The power! I'd forgotten how it feels! Follow, outsider. Come see my prince's glorious domain. Vistari, you live?
Yes, Irai, despite your efforts.
My prince's children were legion. They should have overwhelmed you.
Molag Bal's chattel are nothing to me.
Blasphemy!
Stranger, if you're a foe to Molag Bal, stand with me.
Fools! I'll feast upon your eyes!
Together.
No! You won't defeat me again!
You've nowhere to fly, fiend. You can't escape me. The Sigil Geode? Do you still have it? Touching the sigil Geo to Irai's forehead will absorb her soul. It's the only way we'll... If she dies outside of that stone, we'll spend the next century counting the tiles in this place. I noted 32,708. But you're welcome to check my figures. In the depths of this ruin is a portal leading straight to Cold Harbor. We can only close it from the other side. Once in Cold Harbor, we'll have no hope of escape unless Irai is inside that stone. Quickly! I can't keep this up for long.
It doesn't matter what you do to me. You'll be dead or trapped for Molag Bal is my prince, you fool! I let Vistari believe I was Azura's servant, just as I let you believe. I led you into Cold Harbor's grasp, morsels for the god of schemes to pick from between his teeth. My prince is endless. No mortal can defeat him. I do hope you find Kulan Wei and gaze upon the instruments of her torment. One day it will be you upon the rending pinions, and I will bask in your boundless woe. Do it! I've spent countless centuries imprisoned in a tablet. That stone would be a delightful change of scenery. Perhaps the Banekin will pick it from your corpse and bring me to my prince. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
What have you done? Do you understand what you've done? Without Irai and the sigil Geo...
Oh fuck, I forgot!
Yes, quite pragmatic. Forgive my frustration. I haven't spoken with another person in years. But we'll have time for conversation later. At the base of these ruins is the hole her torment tears between worlds. But the moment we enter, Molag Bal's servants are likely to sense our presence. I'd have long ago made the attempt myself. We must find Kulan Wei and free her from whatever cruel device causes her so much pain. Doing so should end her torment. When she no longer cries out, the rift between Cold Harbor and I kept this library clear of Daedra, but the chambers beyond are home to a variety of the creatures. It may be best to avoid them. We should keep...
Anyone else?
Can you feel her suffering, her agony? For 1,000 years, her pain tunneled through the void, always reaching for her last memories of a life free of suffering. No more! Shatter the soul prisons. They shackle Kulanway to this wretched place.
Don't underestimate us. Do something before you fall over.
Good. Now the other.
Split up!
Hey, stay with me.
That's it. Quickly, free Kulanway from the altar.
Burn it!
We should keep moving.
Thank you.
We've done it. We freed Kulanway from her torment. Oh, it was worth the... We cannot. But my unique nature binds me to my phylactery, which should still be located in my home. Think of it as a tether, along which you can return. I cannot be the link and also travel through it. I fear this is where you must consecrate Kulanway's bones. What happened to her was an injustice beyond imagination. But one question before we part ways. I had no idea another Daedric prince was aware of my research. I must take greater precautions in the future. Then prepare yourself. Departing Cold Harbor is...
Kulanway, beloved of the Wild Ones, my priestess returns from the clutches of Cold Harbor at last. So I have seen. Another sacrifice asked of one who has already lost so much. Do not mourn her, mortal. There is hope for the star, as safe as any can be, much when it is time. You have taught humility to a Daedric prince, mortal. Tread carefully, for he will attempt to exact his revenge. Now go with my blessing. When I have need of you,
Good. I didn't want to walk.
So much to report, I don't know. A fellow seeker of knowledge. I can tell by the glint in your eye. The Reliquary of Stars is a marvelous find, is it not? Why, it recently came alive, though perhaps awake is the more appropriate word. One of my fellow Mages Guild scholars leads the excavation if you care to learn more. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Lara Nalda or her assistants in quite some... Suppose it's a bit troubling. Say, would you happen to be headed into the ruins? I have this report to finish, but if you could check on Lara Nalda, it'd set... I'd love to chat more, but I really must finish this report. My fellows in the Elden Root Mages Guild are chomping at the bit to learn more of our findings. Oh, yes, of course. Every dabbler in Proto-Alien literature knows. Many believe it's a metaphorical contrivance, but Lara Nalda thinks it's located in the walls of this ruin. If she wants to end such a promising career, more funding for the rest of us. Ooh, I'm sure she can explain her ridiculous theories better than...
If you're trying to sneak up on me, You have some competition. These flying books can be maddeningly silent, sometimes in pairs. They slam shut on your ear tips, then flutter off. It seems half the library has tormented us since we tripped the wards. I've been trying to settle things down, but it's slow going without. Tedrini headed to explore the Flesh Gardens. Once the wards broke, I sent Behilir to fetch him. Neither returned. Mages Guild protocol says I should remain in place until aid arrives. I'm hoping that's you. Do be careful out there. These books are harmless enough, but they aren't the only things flitting about in the dark. Everything was quiet when we arrived, but bones and other refuse littered the halls. With the wards broken, it wouldn't surprise me if more than books are moving. Are you, then? The Magus Guild petitioned the court of King Camoran Eridan for months before we were allowed to excavate. And now you hope to waltz through and collect the heart of a numeral for yourself? Why would you possibly need it? Oh, I suppose that's a good enough reason. We've scoured the ruins from top to bottom and haven't seen so much as a glimmer. But if we do find it, the Mages Guild would be more than happy to aid Queen. The secrets in the Reliquary of Stars were long ago uncovered, save one. Incredible amounts of magicka coursed through its walls, even when the ruins remained dormant. Until recently, this was thought. It all goes back to Enumeril, one of the greatest Ayleid architects of the First Era. He built the Great Seal of Bellerata and the Orrery at Eldenroot. Then recently, we uncovered proof that he constructed the archives in the Reliquary of Stars. Enumeril put his heart into his work. Literally, if the stories have the right of it. It powered the Orrery at Eldenroot until it was lost. That's the source of power here, you see? It's what we hope to recover. Think of the potential applications. Are you, then? The Magus Guild.
Blasted Zarxus! I know I shouldn't have... Oh, another one? Hello? You aren't... Thank the stars! You have to get me out of here! It seems I set off an ancient trap, but I think I've determined how those strange lights channel their energy, and how to turn it. Once trapped, strange creatures covered in eyes and tentacles descended from above. They reinforced the sconces with foul magic from their largest eyes. Those eyes are key. Extract one and use it to refocus the lights. I don't know. Daedra, I expect? The horrors of Oblivion aren't my specialty. You'll know those floating beasts if you see them. They have many tentacles and seem quite nimble, like netches but covered in eye.
me go.
Blasted Zarxus. I know I shouldn't have... Oh, another one? Oh, my arms. I thought they were going to fall off. I'm glad the eyeball was worth it. So good when a theory works in practice. I was certain it was a good theory. All part of the scholarly process, my friend. But never mind that. I should thank you for your timely rescue. I'll head back to our camp. I cannot wait to tell La Rinalda what happened. I spent the first half of my day suspended in an elaborate alien light trap that you disabled with a slimy Daedra eyeball.
Why won't you come to me, my love? You hold my lock of hair, yet you are not him. Why follow the words of another? Do you bring me a message? Oh, no. I hoped we would join together in one last embrace, before triggering our death with my voice. But I whispered his name aloud as I waited. Was that enough to collapse the stones? I should go now.
Don't underestimate us.
Split up!
Is it over?
Scatter!
Another petitioner? So soon after the other? If it would hold still, I could capture its likeness. So many fleshlings running through the halls. Such oh, and it speaks. I just finished a Tetrini. Some of my finest work between you and me. Though you couldn't possibly appreciate the detail. Why, you need to entertain me. There are a variety of chests throughout the gardens. I placed your friend's soul in one of them. See? Hardly. My masters found there were certain difficulties in allowing me to roam this place unfettered. So they split me from my body. In this form I can go where I please, but I can't touch anything directly. It's quite the caretaker. They used to be. Turning a body to stone is easy. Hardly. My masters found there were certain...
Together!
You perfidious slime! You'll rule the... What? Ukezi. Why does that name sound familiar? Perhaps... No, I've lost... Good. That's good. Then it hasn't been too long. I really should head back. Get...
You were amazing!
Ah, good. Everyone back in one place. I was beginning to... And not a moment too soon. I managed to subdue one of the tomes. It's proven most enlightening. The Reliquary of Stars was created to preserve knowledge. This we already knew. But the book speaks of a deeper level, closed off from the rest of the ruin. I suspected the Heart of Enumeral was hidden somewhere in the ruin, and now I know where. If this description is accurate, the entrance lies somewhere in the Hall of Might. But there's something else. Thank you. Tedrini has behaved quite erratically since his return.
Rocks. Rocks with eyes. I went to get a closer look, and then she...
You found Tedrini? Oh, splendid! Simply splendid!
When you went searching for my assistants, did you see anyone else? Anyone intelligent, I mean. Spectres don't count. Damn. That's what I was afraid of. The book mentions her specifically, some sort of caretaker. Her specialty was... well, there's no easy way around it. She controlled the minds of others. It seems even the Ayleids feared her. Maybe. Tedrini hasn't been the same since he returned. He's normally so enthusiastic about his studies, but he's withdrawn into himself. It's downright unsettling watching him suffer like this. I'd like to run some simple tests for signs of Daedric influence. While I do so, would you bring Behilir with you to search the Hall of Might? I suspect the heart of Enumera lays within its walls. Wonderful. If this tome is correct, there's a passageway hidden in the library. I'm sure you and Behilir will find it.
I heard my name. What do you need?
Behilir, our friend needs your help in the Hall of Might.
The Hall of Might? So you think we found it? Oh, exhilarating. Lead away, my friend. This looks promising. Let's start searching. Must be around here somewhere. Over here! There's a draft coming from this bookcase. You've done it! The heart of Enumeril. I never thought I'd hold it.
In my own two hands. Well, puppet hands count as my hands. The power. It's exquisite. And I have you to thank. And now, I really must take this Behilir puppet for a stroll. Let's see how fast it can run.
Big mistake.
I'm really free after all these years. Once I have my body back, the mortals will suffer. I'll make them hoarse. I don't have time for this. This really is too easy.
Behilir, what are you doing? What happened? Why did Behilir sound so strange? Behilir suggested Tedrini was under her control. A ruse, and one I should have seen. But if Ukezi has the heart of an Umaril, she can use it to restore her spirit to her body. We have to get it back. Through the door. We've never been able to open it, and I don't know where it leads. Quickly, after her. I'll attempt to restore the wards here, should you fail. We can't allow a Daedra to wreak havoc.
I'm with one final shift. Yes, it's working. I can feel it. Where is that ugly thing? It should be you again?
Come on, let's do this together.
What?
You want to die?
What's happening?
Feels good to get the blood pumping, right?
You'll have to try harder than that. You think me defeated so easily?
We're dangerous, huh?
No, not again.
You! I hadn't thought you'd... You! I hadn't thought you'd make it out alive. Ukezi must have been formidable alone. With the heart of a Numeril in her hands, I can hardly imagine. You do have it, don't you? Wonderful! When all the flying books fell, I knew it had left the ruins. I'll return it to the Eldenroot Mages Guild, per our agreement with the king. We won't need to worry about Daedra finding it there. Very well. So they're really going through with it, are they? I'd pay my weight in gold to see the orrery working. I'll personally ensure it reaches there without further trouble, don't you fear. After I return it to the orrery, perhaps I can research its properties once the ceremony is complete. If the Queen allows, of course. I'm not one to stand in the way of royalty.
Ifrei, the singer, the storyteller, who resides in the now.
You there, halt! There's great danger ahead. You there, halt! There's great danger ahead.
I'm looking for work. Know anyone who needs a hauler? I'm real good at breaking down tents, packing them up, and hauling them where they need to be unpacked. I was working in the carnival near Eldenroot. It wasn't a bad job, but the owner, Sarandel, doesn't know what she's doing. We came all the way from the Somerset Isles, and now the performers can't put on their acts. I don't know the details.
If you have business in South Point, you'd best turn back. The people are killing. I sent 3 of my best scouts into South Point to answer that very question, but none returned. Until I know their fates, I can't request reinforcements. But I won't send anyone else inside until I know what happened to my scouts. You see my predicament. I won't turn down the offer, if that's what you're asking. One of South Point's citizens offered to help me find the scouts, but she seemed a bit eccentric. Perhaps she has something to offer beyond alarming theories. You should know Dareneth has some sort of position in Eldenroot. Seems to think her reputation precedes her. No need to kiss the hem of her robes, but she's far less prickly if you show her some respect. Last I saw Dareneth, she was taking shelter in one of the tents. I could do without this damnable rain. It's been storming since we arrived, and it shows no sign of letting up. Ask what you will. Centuries ago, it was an imperial stronghold, but now it's known as a sleepy coastal town with a big cathedral. You'll find mostly Colovians who've been here for generations, and a handful of wood elves who don't pay.
Did someone call my name? Did Captain Alonthor send you to mock me? Did you come to tell me I don't know the work of a Daedric prince when I see one? Isn't it obvious? Madness swept through South Point like a plague, and so quickly. No, it's... Wait, yes, that's it exactly. The Daedric Prince of Madness himself, here in South Point. It's all rather exciting, isn't it? I'm exceptionally concerned. It is my home, after all. But I'd rather show my concern by doing something about the problem. The captain wanted to find his scouts, didn't he? We should get going. Of course, you need someone who knows the town, and I need someone with whom to take a stroll in this lovely rain. No use arguing. I've been getting my way since before you were born. Or do you want a sweet old woman to show more courage than you? Yes. What of it? Actually, I'm needed in South Point, unless the Queen prefers it left to the whims of a Daedric. The streets are dangerous. We should check the homes, be neighborly, see if those inside know where the scouts are. No scout. And I do hope that smell came out of an animal.
South Point was such a grimy place. The new mayor is really cleaning things up, don't you agree? Killing? Oh, do you mean the cleaning brigades? Don't you worry about them. They're simply doing... Oh no, I can't leave my home until it's entirely clean. Besides, the mayor said none of us can leave, and we all know what happens when we don't listen to the mayor. You're trussed up or you're thrown in the catacombs. Either way, you deserve it for disobeying the mayor. He's a just man, a righteous man. We should heed his words, every one of them. Dominion? South Point is no longer part of the Dominion. Killing?
Did you see his new bow? That must have cost him.
No scouts here, just my neighbor. Although this is certainly an interesting arrangement.
The fire warms us when we're cold, but burns us when we're close. No matter how much you feed it, its hunger never ends. The fire. I am blind to all but the fire. It consumed my eyes and my thoughts, for I was jealous of its power. I wanted it for myself, but it forgives as it consumes.
You've always been jealous of my light. I won't let you take it.
Anyone else?
I do apologize, but I can't speak right now. The 8 divines, of course.
It's not time yet. The mayor said you can't eat me until dinner. Praise Archay. This entire town has gone mad. We should have informed Captain Elonthor immediately, but I insisted we press on. If we'd fallen back, maybe my scouts would still be themselves. The mad people brought us to their mayor. I don't know how he did it, but he turned my scouts into bears. Bears! I thought he'd do the same to me, but he changed his mind. Said the town folks should have me for dinner. He locked himself in that big cathedral, saw the doors flare up briefly, glowing as bright as the sky, and then it faded. Magic keeps them shut, I'm sure of it. I've had enough of this place. Please untie me. I need to warn Captain Elonthor. I'm getting out of here. I recommend you do the same.
This mayor seems a charming fellow. We should decide what must be done about him. Soldiers turned into bears, people setting themselves on fire, and now a mad mayor locked in a cathedral. I know I should be horrified. Oh, I suppose I can reverse the effects of the mayor's magic. After many, many years of honing my craft, this should be a simple matter. But if we're hunting bears, I'll need you to be the bait. I'm an old woman, and such magic requires precision. Wrestling with bears impedes precision. Slap them about their faces, throw sticks at them, call them harsh names, however you must. Keep their attention while I do the complex part. I have an old scroll tucked away in my basement laboratory. If we have it in hand, it won't matter how tightly he's locked that cathedral door. But first, we should rid South Point of its bear problem. away from me.
Thank you. I can leave this nightmare.
The only fish that go where the rivers flow.
Set it ablaze!
You want to die?
Smash it in the head! Keep it away from me! Keep that bear away from me!
The town is broken. Flee while you can.
Okay.
That wasn't so difficult, was it? Now let's head to my laboratory. We'll need that scroll to get into the cathedral. We won't make it inside my laboratory unless we stop the lightning. If someone conjured this storm, they do it from somewhere they could see everything in South Point. There's an old Colovian tower nearby. It's the highest point in the town, aside from the cathedral.
That's it! Have some lightning! You want more lightning? I have plenty to go around! You get the lightning! Now you get the lightning!
Stay strong. I'm not losing you.
What are you doing here? I don't know. So what if I am? They called me an angry drunk, said I'd never amount to anything. But now I have the lightning, and I'll give it to anyone who makes me mad. Shut your mouth and walk away, or you'll get the lightning, just like all the— I don't need to listen to this. I'll show you, like I did them. Nobody pushes Rufinus around!
Didn't think you had it in you, but the storm's clearing. We should head to my laboratory. Now where did she... Ah, yes, it's on my desk. Yes, over there. Do you see it? Let's head to the cathedral. We're the last people the mayor will expect.
Time to bring the lightning!
You won't kill me, Daedra! Is that the mayor? Wait! I recognize him. Let me see if I can talk some sense into him.
Who's there? How did you get in? Go. I want to be alone.
Don't you recognize me, Mayor Olis?
Dareneth. Thank the Divines. Sheogorath did this, all of it. He used me.
And how exactly did he use you?
He promised me power, the respect I deserve. But then he cursed my tongue with madness and let me make a mess of this town.
You're so pitiful, even for a mortal.
What?
You heard me! Oh, I've always wanted to meet a person within a person. Tell me, what's it like?
I'm so sorry, Sheogorath. I thought you'd abandoned me.
Owlie, I left you a tongue that drives people mad. But I suppose if you don't want my gift, I can take it from your mouth and give it to my new favorite mortal friend.
No. Think of all I've built here. The wonderful screams I've created, all in your name. Doesn't that make me your favorite?
Oh, very well. Sorry, my second favorite mortal friend. We had a good run, but it's time for your curtain call.
Good. You're finally coming out of it. I don't remember how I came to be here in the cell. When I woke, you were just standing there, foaming at the mouth. Count yourself lucky that Sheogorath had no desire to treat you like a puppet. I was in Eldenroot when I heard some of the strange rumors coming from South Point. When I returned here, I recognized the signs. But when I arrived at my laboratory, Sheogorath was already there. I saw and heard everything we did, but I couldn't affect a thing. It was a waking nightmare. My own mind, a prison. I expected him to kill us both, but we're here, aren't we? Best not to think of it. Applying law. Mayor Olis happened. He's always blamed others for his own shortcomings, but I never realized he'd been touched by Sheogorath. The only way the madness will end is with his death. I don't see how. Those bars are thicker than sword blades. We aren't going anywhere. It seems Sheogorath made a few changes to these catacombs. There were never any prison cells below the cathedral. I already tried. It seems Mayor Olis bound my magic somehow. I'd say it's maddening, but less so than having a Daedric prince steer you around like a carriage. When they come for us, we can try to fight our way out. If they...
Well, Well, if it isn't me old friend Hunsforbucks. No, don't look so glum, or the skeevers'll notice. Then, well, they hit you up for spare gold, a few shin bones, your best pair of cheese-filled slippers. Mayor Owless is a curd in the soup. A real fly in the way, don't you say? Made a mess of me gift. The kind from the wrong end of a dog. I tried to encourage him. Even brought him a hero to destroy. But he couldn't go through with it. Can you imagine? I led you right here to make it all boring again. And what did he do to stop you? Nothing. There I stood, in my best old lady suit, and he said it was all my fault. He just needs motivation. What better than it? Could you kill someone you love? I can't. Well, I have. But not Mayor Awless. It would be too pedestrian. No. I want him to reach deep down, below all the marmalade and crushing failures defining his life, to find a seed of confidence, and grow it into a tree of gumption he'll use to beat your brains to paste. But if not, any brain paste will do. Even his. Deal. Oh, and one more thing. Dareneth stays behind. If you bore me too much, I'd turn her into a goose, roast her, and feed her to you covered in fine Adar glaze. The goose, I mean. It's a mite bit chilly for my Adar pants. And make it entertaining, would you? After spending so much time in this town, I finally know where the Colovians keep their fur hats.
This is your chance to fix this mess. Go, deal with the mayor. If South Point bores him, Sheogorath will leave.
All ready aboard! Here, I brought you some presents. The shiny ones are always the best, wouldn't you say?
Fan out! Move now!
Haste and blood! It's why you're my new favorite mortal! Well, also your buoyancy, but mostly haste and blood!
Mad God's breath upon your soul. Endless light
I love it when you
shall
do that.
make you whole.
Try to keep moving.
Bridges out! My boredom washed it away. Really got in the cracks there. Oh, you can't seem to catch a break, can you? Well, a proper hero needs obstacle, struggle, repeated attempts at bodily harm. You're going to play the proper hero so Owlie can shine. Or, our deal is off. And if it's off, so is Dareneth's head. Do you have to lumber about like that? Show some panache! A little swagger!
Pluck its eyes for staring, Brandy. A gift from Mad God.
You can do this. You need a second wind.
Heal me!
You have to break away.
Oh, this just isn't your day. But your Uncle Sheogorath can make it better. I can never decide between choice and free will. Which will triumph in the end? But why not settle the matter for me? Or you could yank a lever, but that's hardly fun for either of us. I just told you, choice and free will are subjects I hold quite dear. So, you could fight a very good... Wonderful! Just say the word and I'll bring him here. Free will! Get out here! There's someone I want you to meet! Not much gusto, but a smidge of verve, 3 jots brio, the essentials for a moxie fondue. Fondue. What was I saying?
What do you mean, coming to kill me?
It's a gift, a chance to shine, to prove you have some backbone that won't snap at the lightest touch. Really, Howley, I'm quite fond of you. Ooh, fondue. What was I saying?
That you're fond of me. That you don't want to watch me die.
Watch you die horribly. All alone. And laughing my head off when it happens. Oh, that doesn't sound like me, does it? But I'm sure you can work the matter out for yourself.
Please, don't do this. Maybe we can work something out. It's not fair. I never wanted this, any of this. Now I'm to die for it. But you're reasonable, aren't you? You do have a choice. Not like me. Sheogorath listened to me. Said he would take me down a golden path. Nobody in South Point ever respected me or gave me a chance to prove who I could truly be. What choice did I have? My family ruled South Point for generations. But after we lost everything, where was my birthright then? They wouldn't bow to me as they should, so now I've made them bow. It's the burden a true leader must bear. I shouldn't have to die for it. No, I won't let you cast me aside like everyone else. I'll make you see. I'll share Sheogorath's gift. Make you respect my power.
feels so good.
Oh, that was exciting. And depressing. Poor Owly. Never could finish what he started. You really are a joy to watch. And that's why you're my new favorite mortal. When you kill something wonderful, you keep it interesting. Fresh! Dare I say, jovial! Makes me wonder if I should stick around, see what wonderful things you'll kill next. Think I don't remember, you daft little sprig? Call me a debt hedger, will you? A deal fondler. Ah, but you're forgiven. I've always said grudges are like a good cheese. Hold them inside for too long, and you're the one to suffer. Don't be a stranger!
Please enjoy our attractions. I'm terribly sorry they're so limited at the moment. I convinced my performers to come here, to spread high elf culture in these lands. Bring a little piece of Somerset to Grotwood, you see? But the train bugs are sick, our magician supplies are missing, and our storytellers... None of us know the area well enough to resolve these matters. Now we're a carnival, with nothing but a fortune teller. Huzzah! I'd gladly pay the coin provided by the Somerset Cultural Expansion Council to anyone who would help us put on the show. My performers can best explain their setbacks. Connor is our bug trainer, Norian, our storyteller, and Vindare the Magnificent is... well, she's magnificent. I have to describe her that way. It's in her contract.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing to say. That is my problem. I literally have nothing to say to these people. All my stories about the amazing deeds of long-dead high elves. The first rule of my profession is to know your audience, and Grotwood is not a place to tell such tales. I plan to seek out wood elf stories in taverns and libraries, but since we arrived, I've heard of countless troubles in Grotwood. The worm cult, pirates, wood elf rebels. It's all the same. I'd rather keep to the safety of the carnival. The Wood Elves rarely write their stories down. But I heard Scholar Glorolin in the Elden Root Mages Guild is the one to ask. If you're headed that way, would you mind asking for a book? It could be written in Old Akavir.
I hope you didn't travel from far away just to see Vindare the Magnificent. I am not performing at present. My magic cannot function safely in front. Oh, did she? Did she also tell you how she promised that would make 10 times our normal take by coming to this godforsaken backwater? Did she mention how she said shipping my supplies wouldn't be an issue? The shipping was fine. It's the delivery where it fell apart. My belongings arrived at the docks of Haven without incident. But due to the recent problems in the city, no one has any idea when deliveries will resume. As far as I'm aware, yes. They're in the nicest looking trunk on the dock. I had it touched up by a painter in Matissan, you know. But with the pirate attack, who knows when Haven will be stable enough to deliver their backlog of shipments. I couldn't ask you to lug that heavy monstrosity all the way here. It's triple reinforced steel with an inch-thick lead interior. Discourages my competition from snooping. I just need the supplies inside, if you wouldn't mind, of course.
Look at them. Limbs so sluggish and carapaces dreadfully dull. When you've raised the shocks since they were pupae, it gnaws at your heart to see them so listless. They're having trouble managing the local grass. So I've put them on an all-hay diet. And the climate. It's more humid than they're used to in Somerset. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they were homesick. When they were younger, I'd grind mudcrab eyes into paste and give it to them as a treat. I think it would raise their spirits again. But nobody sells mudcrab. I would forever be in your debt, my friend. A dozen would be enough to go around if you wouldn't mind. And I won't mind.
Yes! Are we going to race?
Behold, another blight upon what was once unbroken.
Yes, yes, my vision dream speaks true. You are the one my mistress seeks.
Hold. We've observed your travels through Grotwood and have need of your particular talents.
Haven is free of pirates. Looks like General Endare kicked them out. What is it?
merchandise around.
Yes, how can I help you? My people mostly leave such matters to our spinners to share, rather than writing it down. I have something, but I can't imagine you'd want an Akaviri spy's writings on our heritage. A cultural infiltration document. Complete garbage. Really? You read Akaviri? Well, no matter. You're welcome to it. Let me see, I'll have a copy around here somewhere. A moment, please. Ha! Here we are. One flawed Akaviri depiction of my people. I hope you find it as amusing as I did.
The Order of the Eye could...
First hold, so much death. I hear the place still smells of fire and death.
I've just about had it.
I love cities. They have a kind of rhythm to them, and it's just a matter of learning the steps.
What do you have there? A book? This book. It's written in Akaviri. This is wonderful. Nobody here will be able to find the source of my stories if they're written in another language. My Akaviri is a bit stale, but I think I can manage. You're welcome to stay for my performance. But that is a tale for another time. Thank you. But few wood elves know of the deal struck before. Some say with Moloch Ball himself.
Let's ride.
Good luck finding the mud crab eyes. Only if you have the time. I realize it's not the most glamorous. Would you look at that? Just the smell of the thing seems to have perked them up. I'll see if I can use them. I'm cornered.
Oh, good. I didn't want to walk.
What does that mean? Perhaps my little friends here can show you.
Do you have them? You have them, don't you? Oh, I shouldn't get my hopes up. Wonderful! That's everything I need. Once Haven gets its act together, they can deliver an empty trunk. You're welcome to stay for the show. Sit wherever you like. You won't regret it. Unless you hate stage performances. Then you'll regret it. But welcome, everyone. I am Vendari the Magnificent. This performance is dedicated to someone in the crowd who helped the show go on. I don't want to embarrass them, but they know who they are. And now, I'd like everyone to meet my assistant, Sulamir. Come on out. Sulamir, say hello to the crowd.
To these bumpkins, I'd rather eat grass.
What an awful thing to say here in Gratwood. But perhaps there's a way we can accommodate you.
What are you doing? No!
That's better, isn't it? You know, I think he's less stubborn this way. All right. I suppose we've had our fun. Time to restore my assistant. Sulamir, return to your true nature.
Would you look at that line? We're drawing more people than in Auradon. We'll perform our hearts out. The Wood Elves will see there's more to the Somerset Isles than stuffy politicians. Return any time you wish. If there's enough call for it, we may have new performances to share.
You have done what has not been done in centuries. All the parts of the orrery have been placed within the chamber, and Dareneth awaits us below. I must admit to being more than not much. You've done extraordinary. Imagine the chance to see the orrery operate. Conservator Dareneth is preparing Queen Irene as we speak. We should really head in there and get started. The ratification ceremony isn't going to perform itself after all. And from what I understand, Conservator Dareneth wanted to speak with you personally.
Open for business!
This one hears the strangeness and South Point has ended. Seems a Daedric prince was involved. Sheogorath himself.
Preposterous! I'm an Aldmeri Vice-Reeve, an assistant to Prince Naemon himself. Why am I barred from the ceremony?
Little brother, you shouldn't be here for this. Dareneth warned us of the dangers.
I'll make sure everyone clears out, as you requested. But you don't need to be here, Your Highness.
Strange to see you after South Point. Not bad, just strange. But no matter. I can hardly believe we're about to breathe some life into this old girl. And before you ask, yes, I'm speaking of the orrery. Almost. You recovered the pieces needed for the orrery's activation, so it's only fair you're here to put them in place. So, I should be the one to ask. Are you ready? Good. The first thing you'll need is to take up Rachin's mantle. A god's hands move the orrery, goes the translation. But that's a load of bourslop. You simply need to be in 3 places at once. Rachin's mantle should allow for that. Approach the pillars beyond the orrery itself. You must activate each in turn while keeping one thought in mind. When you wear Rachin's mantle, you'll never be held in place. From what I understand, it should do the rest.
So, this pile of moss and rubble determines the next emperor?
The orrery is ancient. Show some respect.
It's magnificent.
Nearly there, Your Majesties, Your Highness. That's it! It's working! It's up here! Take hold of the heart of a numeral. Place it in the pillar next to our royal observers. That should do it! Awaken the orrery, whatever that truly means, but have no fear. This contrivance allows me to manipulate its energies. This means I can keep Queen Irene safe when she steps inside. Now go. Place the heart of a numeral.
And now the alien death trap will tell us if we have an emperor in our midst. Truly, a momentous day. Irene, there's always time to protect you from yourself. For how could I let you risk your life in this contraption without testing it first, dear sister?
When you wear Rachin's mantle, you'll never be held in place.
It's incredible! I can see the white gold tower!
No! What's happening to me? No! You tricked me! Vermin! All of you! I'll kill you all! The tower is fading.
Naaman, what were you thinking? Why? What? No, Why would Naaman do this? I made him a part of what we were building. Tried to show him this is about more than just our people. I would have all of Tamriel be our people. What the legend says. It revealed the person within. As it will do to me. Do you think I have a choice in this? I will enter the orrery, as I swore to the people of the Aldmeri Dominion. I must learn whether I'm fit to lead them. And if I'm changed, as my brother was, I can't become a danger to the people I've sworn to lead. I must not delay. I'm myself, aren't I? A dominion of peace. The fair and just rule of Tamriel, beneath an ordinary banner. The future I hope to build. And you, standing at my side. Come, help me build the future. I don't intend to tell anyone what my brother did. As far as I'm concerned, he died trying to help me, not usurp my throne. The Staff of Magnus. A powerful object with the ability to suppress magic. Dangerous were it to fall into the wrong hands. Luckily, we already possess it. Go to Marbrook in Eastern Greenshade. Speak to Captain Sarandel about securing the staff. I'll follow soon after.
We heard sounds of battle. What happened?
There was an accident. My brother gave his life to protect us. He died a hero.
I don't...
I will soon go to Marbrook. Vicereeve Peladil, I want you to travel ahead with my brother's body. You will make the funeral arrangements.
Yes. Yes, Your Majesty. I understand.
Spare no expense for his funeral. All in the Dominion are welcome. All may pay their respects to a hero.
At once, Your Majesty.
My friend! How good it is to see you! Hail, chosen of the Queen. We have been Queen Ayrenn sent a missive detailing your arrival and orders. You are here to secure the staff of Magnus. Safe, in our vault below the city. We have guarded it day and night. When you are ready, I shall show you into the vault. I heard an interesting story the other day.
Not another of your stories.
The wood elves deep in the forest say there's a being called the Wilder King who shapes Valenwood.
Sounds like a load of superstition to me.
I heard an interesting story the other day. If you would follow me.
Not another of your stories.
The wood elves deep in the forest say there's a being called the Wilder King who shapes Valenwood.
Sounds like a load of superstition to me.
As you can see, our artisans have built some small amount of civilization amidst this barbaric wilderness. Marbrook will soon be a jewel of the Dominion in this backwood territory. As one would expect, we have encountered scattered protests, nonsense about protecting the trees. The local Bosmer are disorganized and flighty. Such outbursts usually fizzle out of their own accord.
You stood among the standing stones of Tanzelwell. Ariel be praised.